Hi, this is Mr. Lima. In this video, I want to talk about solving percentage problems. My secret to solve percentage problems has to do with memorizing this formula right here. Now, after a while, you do enough practice, you don't even need to know this by heart. It just comes natural to you what you're supposed to do. But when you're starting to learn, it's a really good way to make sure that you don't make mistakes. A lot of percentage problems will have the words is, of, and percentage in them. Like, for example, when you say 90 is what percentage of 80? Or 80% of 30 is what? Right? So these kinds of problems, you can actually hear the words is, of, and percentage in them. And the secret to solve those is to get the number that's close to the is and put it on the expression right here where the is on the top left. Get the number that's close to the of and put it right here. And then get the number that's close to the percentage sign and put it here. Now, whatever number is close to the word what is the unknown that you're looking for. And then instead of a number, you're going to have the x, which is the thing you're looking for. And then once it's all set up, you just cross multiply and then solve for x to actually get your answer. And we're going to see this in action in a few examples later. But is, of problems are typical percentage problems that you will see in a lot of practice problems. But then there's also word problems involving percentages. And what I want to do in this video is talk about how to interpret those word problems to find out what to put in what place on your expression. So the part that says is can sometimes represent part or new as well. And the part that says of can also be whole or owed. So what that's trying to say is that where you see is, that could also mean part. And where you see of, it could also mean whole. So the setup could be more of a part out of a whole. And a lot of percentage problems make more sense of it in that way than thinking of it in terms of is and of. Likewise, some percentage problems, it makes sense to think of it as comparing a new value, which should go on top, to an old value that should go on the bottom. So it's either new compared to old, part compared to old, or is compared to of, right? So that's kind of like what you have to remember. Now, in a lot of percentage problems, when you think about a whole, you're going to think about the original value or the quantity that you started with. The parts are going to be things like percent discount, percent increase, commission, markup, tax, tip, percent increase. Whenever you hear one of these words, that goes in the part. So all of these things will go on the top where the is, while the original values will go on the bottom where the of goes. Now, there's two main kinds of percentage problems with these kinds of parts of a whole set of setups. There's the ones that have to do with discount and decrease, in which case it makes sense that the new value is going to be smaller than the original because discount is going to take away from that original, right? So in those examples, sometimes all the problem wants is you to figure out what the decrease is or what is the discount. And so you just figure out the part and you're done. In other cases, they want the price after the discount or the amount after the decrease, right? In that case, you're going to need to do the original minus that part that you figured out to get your new value. Other kinds of problems have to do with increase in the amount. In that case, you have markup, tax, tip, or percent increase. These are classic examples of it. Again, in some of those problems, they just want to figure out what is the tax or what is the tip, what is the percent increase, or what is the markup. And if that's the case, you're just looking for that part. But in some cases, they're going to want to know what is the population after the increase, or what is the price after the markup or tax or tip. And in that case, you got to get the part that you figured out and add it to the original to actually get your new value. And that makes sense because if it's an increase, you have to add to the original. Now, sometimes you will also see commission problems. And in those, usually you just want the part. You don't have to add up to the whole or anything like that. But anyhow, any of the times that you see these words, discount, decrease, commission, markup, tax, tip, percent increase, percent decrease, they always refer to the part. And in some problems, the part is all you want. In other problems, they want the numbers after that change, in which case you have to add, unless it's discount or decrease, in which case you have to subtract. All right, so that's just an overview of the different kinds of percentage problems that you're going to have to handle, a formula you're going to use to solve it. And on the next video, we're going to talk about the steps to solve percentage problems. And all of this will make a lot more sense when we start looking at actual examples. We'll revert back to this example here to make more sense of these. All right, so I'll see you in the next video where we're going to be talking about the steps to solve percentage problems and how to use this is-off formula effectively. I'll see you guys then.